What's up, Raven? Greetings and salutations, everyone. How you all doing? You all are tuned in. It is 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. It is not 10:04. I start on time every night, Monday through Friday. So it is 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. And I am T Nathan. And if you're out there in GCPR land, YouTube, or the Tickety Talk, you're listening to T Nathan on Conversations with T Nathan. Yes. Hope y'all's weekend was great. Hope you spent time with your loved ones. And I hope you took out a racist this weekend. But if you didn't, you can aspire to next weekend. And I'm being very literal. Cars, um, gravity, and all those are at your disposal. Use them. And that's going to be the topic tonight, how to end racism. Because I'm tired of watching people have these conversations about how to end racism, and all they're talking about is, well, just talk to them nicely. Yeah, no, there's going to be FBI at my house tomorrow. Jay, you know the question, Jay? Does it have to be on a weekend? I figure, right, if you work through the week and you can't you have to be careful if you take them out at work, because this whole messy thing about you could be a suspect. But I think weekends are good because then you can just randomly what you do is you find somebody and you all trade races, right? You trade races, you take out their races, and they'll take out your races, and it's all good. Yeah, you have an alibi. I talked to them just for a minute. It's 1 minute. Already did. Sound is good. So we're off. I'm working. We're working to get see GCPR to you all, so you all can hear me anytime, wherever you are. Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on a lot of things. Can't talk to them nicely, and and you're hitting on something, because tonight I want to talk about Pastor Brian Suave. No, I'm probably messing up his name, but I don't care. Sauve. That's suave to me, even with the little demacron mark over the E. Brian Suave, pastor of, I call it the Refugee Church. I happen to know it's Refuge Church, but they're refugees. They're in Utah and Ogden, Utah. He's the pastor of this church, and yeah, yeah, I'm going to talk about him tonight because this is the reason. I want to go on official record. This is the reason why I don't believe we should be even having these conversations about how do we turn people from their racism. Yeah, because they're trying to kill us. They're trying to kill us. I'm gonna say hi then. They're trying to kill us, and we're gonna talk about them trying to kill us. Let's take a look at Brian. This is Brian, his wife Lexi, and his 7 little kids. Aw. And if you think I'm gonna say something nice, you don't know me at all, right? Because Brian thinks it's okay to kill black people and calls black culture ghetto culture, and therefore, and it is interesting when I hear them quote the Bible, like he's a pastor, he's in Deuteronomy, um, and they always talk about Jesus, but they always quoting the Old Testament whenever they talk about how violent they want to be. And I was thinking when I heard this, um, they scored. Wait, how many seconds? They scored 30. It's 28-30. Just when I thought I'm closing, I just closed it. I don't want to see anymore. Yeah, I don't want to see anymore. I thought they had came back. What's up, nephew of mine? I'm glad you're here. Let's get it. I want you all to see this now. This is Brian and his family. I want you to listen to what Brian is saying here, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's get it. This is Brian.
Let's say that somebody was coming into our church and they're black, and would they be eligible for membership in our church? Yes, they of course they would. They'd be eligible for membership in our church, but would they be permitted to participate in, embody, and practice what I would call black culture generally in our church? The answer is absolutely not. Why? Because the characteristics that mark black culture as a generalization, in the same way Paul's talking about Cretans on Crete, they are evil, murderous, violent, bestial people. They steal, they kill, they destroy. They look like Satan in how they act. They are sinful to the core. They have besetting sins that are like fatherlessness, sexual immorality. They molest children at a high rate. All of any criminal statistic that you could look at, almost pretty much without exception, they excel at them. Black culture.
Did you all? I need y'all to listen. Y'all need to hear that again. Y'all were talking amongst yourselves. Y'all didn't get to hear this. Let's listen to this one more time. And probably had a little echo feedback. I want you all. Y'all need to hear this one more time.
Let's say that somebody was coming into our church and they're black, and would they be eligible for membership in our church? Yes, they of course they would. They'd be eligible for membership in our church, but would they be permitted to participate in, embody, and practice what I would call black culture generally in our church? The answer is absolutely not. Why? Because the characteristics that mark black culture as a generalization, in the same way Paul's talking about Cretans on Crete, they are evil, murderous, violent, bestial people. They steal, they kill, they destroy. They look like Satan in how they act. They are sinful to the core. They have besetting sins that are like fatherlessness, sexual immorality. They molest children at a high rate. All of any criminal statistic that you could look at, almost pretty much without exception, they excel at them. Black culture.
Y'all took it all in that time. Did y'all take a minute to stop talking amongst yourselves to really listen to that for a moment? Did you listen? Did you listen? Because somebody gonna get fucked up, and then they're gonna be like, Why did T fuck me up? Well, you might not have been listening, right? But that is this is pastor. This is why I say, for those of you all who adopt the religion of the oppressor, there is no hope for your liberation. Because I'm not finished. This man is, let me show you. Y'all seen the picture of him and his perfect little family with his sister. Yeah, this is a pastor. So there must be. This is the refuge. I call it the refugee church. It's actually the refuge church in Ogden, Utah, where he's the pastor at. And this is on a podcast because, out loud, we have an all white church here, worship Thor. Yeah, that's better. That's better than worshiping um, their God. But let me tell you, so there must be an outcome. It's not just enough that he said that was black culture, right? What are you gonna do about it? What do you think you're gonna do about it?
The actual number of blacks who are committing murder is more than
Whites.
Right. And whites are significantly greater
60% compared to 13% of
percentage
the
of the population. Yeah.
So if you take that, and then you took a law like Deuteronomy 21, which is a just law that God enacted through Moses. The law was that if you had a rebellious son, you have a child they're coming up into their manhood and they're rebellious, they don't listen. He lists some characteristics, and even though they're disciplined, they will not turn. He says the fathers to bring them out into the town square. This is a rebellious son, and then they stone him to death. They kill him.
And an armed robber would certainly be one of those.
Oh, absolutely. Armed robber, all the ghetto
violent
culture.
crimes.
Basically, take ghetto culture, it would describe this to a T. If you did that over 3 generations, how much violent crime would you have in the 3rd and 4th generation? Much, much less.
So 3 generations. So the only good black people are rocket raccoons, or those swallowing the glizzy of white supremacy and basically living on their knees. And because he said everybody else should be stoned. Yeah, not my words, his. He quoting Deuteronomy. Now, where did you get the fact that we are fucking sons? if you have some son, well, what makes you think we your sons? That's those. I see. That's those black people that have given them that impression that all of us are so aching. This is why I'm gonna tell you. I try to take it easy with people that have these religious preferences, but I don't let them into my inner circle. You can't be in my inner circle and do this because this is why you all believe in showing grace and mercy to people who are trying to kill you. They're literally trying to kill you. They're literally using their moral compass to kill you. They don't want to talk about Jesus except when Jesus is applied to us. Y'all need to be forgiving like Jesus. But whenever it's about them, they're the lightning throwing, plague visiting God of the Old Testament. Yeah, they're quick to embrace the Old Testament when it comes to who they are. But when they want you to be something, they're quick to throw Jesus up. What would Jesus do in this situation? I don't know what Jesus would do, but I know Thor would hit you with a hammer. So I'm going to go. I'm going with if I'm going to go with a long-haired white man, I'm going with Thor, and I'm going to hit you in the face with a hammer. Don't ask me what would Jesus do, because I'm gonna tell you what Thor would do. I'm busting your shit wide open. This is why. This is why I say what I say. I won't be turning down anything. I will not be turning out. I will not be mourning any of them who die. As a matter of fact, I'm planning out the parties now. I'm planning out the party. We have seen that talking out the side of your neck is costly. They need to actually read the Bible. No, I'm not even reading any more of your comment, Andy. I mean, Andy, I'm not even reading any more of your comment. It has nothing to do. Their Bible is in service to them. The Bible is in service to white supremacy. The whole mythos of Jesus was taken by the Romans with Matthias and Ben Judah, merged together and came up with a God of oppression. The God of the Old Testament is a God of oppression. I don't care how you slice it, how you want to look at it. When you look at it, it's not the Bible, it's them. Because their Bible is in service. The King James version of the Bible was in service to King James, wanted to set itself up as the head of the Anglo-Saxon, the Anglo Church of England, and divorced Catherine. Now, prove me wrong. Historically, I could tell you where that book at. I could tell you all about that book because not only your live is ineligible for recommendation and restricted in search engine because I don't like you talking about the Bible. I don't. Okay, okay. Don't like me talking about the Bible. It's, I can tell when these are coming up. I can tell when they're coming up. They're coming up as soon as I start talking about something they don't like. Yeah. But do I stop? No, no. At the end of the day, no. Because that is it. You all continue to make excuses for racism that, that inspires pity in people, like stupid people. We feel sorry for stupid people. Yeah, we feel sorry for them. Yeah, oh, they're just stupid. We train them, or something like that. No, this is choice. This man made a choice to be bigoted and racist, and he just used his Bible to justify his bigotry and racism. This is choice. This is choice. There are plenty of people that have mental handicaps and they're not racist. So I don't want to hear it. When I hear people try to give me excuses for people's racism that is rooted in anything but their choice, I get 38 hot. I get 38 hot. I was like spoken like someone who's never experienced life as a black person. Uh-uh. From now on, I'm cussing. You have been warned. I'm just going to start cussing. Any excuses for racism that don't involve choice, I'm cussing. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I'm cussing. Stop making excuses for racism that doesn't involve choice. Bigotry involves choice. Centering people in your life that you would never meet and hating them is a choice. It's not about ignorance. It's not about ignorance. I have listened to people on panels talk about their transphobia and their racism and their bigotry, and it always comes down to you choose to be that way. There's no genetic imperative that makes you that way. You choose to be that way. And your society is a reflection of that. You are not a reflection of your society because at any given time, if you truly didn't like racism, you would end it as the majority class. You would end it. It's a choice. It's a choice to smoke your first cigarette. It's a choice. Yeah, that's why people didn't like me about the drug raids. Because as some, and I'm not listening. I don't want to really talk to anybody who hasn't been in the game. Tell me about drugs. Yeah, either you've done drugs or you have been in the game and handled them. If not, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about at the end of the day. And that's part of the problem. We have a lot of people running around here that don't know what they're talking about, and people think they can solve problems and they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. Am I in the mood? Am I not in the mood today? Yeah, because I saw this. I saw this. And it was just watching people platform people like this and say, well, let me talk to you. Let me give you, fuck that. Let me show you the consequences of your action. You're my enemy. You're my enemy. And I'm not going to turn my back on you, and you shouldn't turn your back on me. Maybe a little bit of a mood. Yeah, yeah, thank you, Gracie. Because it's just I'm just tired of people coming at me with excuses for racism or justifications for racism. And it's like, no. But nobody gave me any excuses or justifications when I had to go sit in that prison cell. They were like, oh, you from no, that judge looked at me and called me the most arrogant person that had been in her courtroom in a long time. That's what she told me. You're the most arrogant person I've ever seen in my courtroom in a long time, just for asking intelligent questions. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. But I'll be sitting there with my dignity intact, unlike her drunk ass who got a DUI and had to wear a judge that wore a leg monitor. I knew we were in trouble. Judge who had a leg monitor. I make it make sense. But I'm oh, see, people come on here and say, "Oh, I can't. You're a felon. You're a felon. Your president is a 34-time convicted felon. All that is out the window. Shut up talking to me. Shut up talking. Yeah, I don't have any felony charges involving trying to use campaign funds to pay Stormy Daniels. And no slight to Stormy Daniels. Girl, get your money. Get your money, girl. Get your money. Because if anybody who had to do that, y'all need to get paid. How are you allowed to judge anyone with a listen, listen, listen. My judge had a DUI case and wore a leg monitor. Mississippi. She was white. Yep, yep, Mississippi. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? Well, see, he should be governor. Might as well. Listen, and she's still on the bench to this day. She's still on this bench. So you got another judge on the bench. Her daughter died of a drug overdose, and now everybody who comes in front of her that had anything to do with drugs, she tries to throw in prison. She has had so many of her cases sentences slashed because she went too far, and they still let her sit on the bench. Like it's our fault your daughter did drugs. Maybe you need to start at home. What was your home life like to make your daughter turn to drugs? Because I don't know your daughter. I've never seen her. And if I did, I wouldn't pay no attention to her. Wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault. It's like we out here we're blowing up fishermen in international waters, calling them drug cartel members. Like, this is the funny part to me, right? You're not gonna get one drug cartel can on a shipping boat. I mean, and then have you seen the boats? What's up? Hey, have you seen the boats they're blowing up? Have you seen them? One of our local judges was like that too because her daughter overdosed. Yeah, and this is in Mississippi. You're Mississippi Network? It's in Mississippi. These are fishing boats, Bobby. Right? These are fishing boats. People are doing it too. Actually, people got mad when I started talking about religion, didn't they? People got mad when I talked about religion. Well, but they don't listen. People get more upset with me talking about their religion than they do with people like this mouthing those kind of words. Yeah, the cartel, there's no cartel member sneaking in the United States or running drugs on a boat. It's just not it's not a thing. It is literally not a thing. But here we go. Here I go again on my own. I want to see. Oh, but yeah, I just want to hear this one more. I just got one more time. I'm sorry, it's only 53 seconds. I
The
got one more
actual
time.
number of blacks who are committing murder is more than
Whites.
and
Right.
whites are significantly greater
60% compared to 13% of
percentage
the
of the
population.
population. Yeah.
So if you take that, and then you took a law like Deuteronomy 21, which is a just law that God enacted through Moses. The law was that if you had a rebellious son, you have a child they're coming up into their manhood and they're rebellious, they don't listen. He lists some characteristics and even though they're disciplined, they will not turn. He says the fathers to bring them out into the town square. This is a rebellious son, and then they stone him to death. They kill him.
And an armed robber would certainly be one of those.
Oh, absolutely. Armed robber, all the ghetto
Violent
culture.
crimes,
Basically,
yeah.
take ghetto culture, it would describe this to a T. If you did that over 3 generations, how much violent crime would you have in the 3rd and 4th generation? Much, much less.
Why are they even quoting the Old Testament law? Nope. Let me tell you something. Who said that's Trump's work? Nope. This has been this country before Trump. This is not just this is just not now. This has been this country. This is the same country that used manifest destiny as an inspiration from their God to slaughter every indigenous person they met between sea and shiny sea. Do you understand? Scalping was not what indigenous people did to the colonizers. It's what the colonizers did to the indigenous people and charged. And that's how fucked up history is. You got people out here talking about the indigenous population of this country was responsible for scalping colonizers. No, colonizers were scalping indigenous people and being paid $5 for their scalps to prove that they were dead. What's up, Reese? No, I accidentally hit the send button before finishing the sentence before that. And then called it Zionism and saved their souls. Right. So the idea that I see, I feel you, but the idea is that yeah, I hear there's a lot of things. None of, I'm telling you this. The only thing unique about Trump's administration and the things they're trying to do is the sheer number of them, because they've all been tried before. We had Nazism in this country in the 1930s that advocated for the same thing that the Nazi Party in Germany was advocating. They were in line with each other. We've had racists like Strom Thurmond boycott and filibuster for the blocking of the civil rights bill, but he wasn't blocking that getting in that black woman and producing a child. He wasn't blocking that. He wasn't blocking that, but he didn't want her or his children by her to be treated equal in this country. But he was down for the swirl when it was time to swirl, right? Yeah, this is who they are. This is who they are. That's why I'm campaigning for Kirky. I'm trying to add Kirking to the dictionary. And it's a very special form. It's not just anywhere. Kirking is happens when you get hit in the neck. It's a neck shot. It's a neck shot. It's not everything isn't Kirking. Everything isn't Kirking. Kirking is a neck shot. Yep. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna get it in the urban dictionary. I know I can get it in the urban dictionary. So that's what we're going for. I'm not here to play nice. I know some of you all. I know some of y'all. I'll still have this mercy idea. I'll still be like, oh, did you see painting 10 feet from Charlie Kirk? Did you see the painting 10 foot? I wasn't measuring distance. I was too busy watching the Bob. Yeah, so that would make it a noun, right? No, it Kirking would still be a verb. It could be used as a verb, like you got, because you have different forms of it. Look at them Kirking, all them races out there. That would be the verb. It's like you got kirked. Yeah, that's a verb. It'd be like fuck. It can have many nominative cases. Yeah, yeah. No, this dude put up a post. What post? It had no quarter for others. I don't know. Right. Yes. I'm telling you of a painting he did with red splatter on the background. Was it actual blood? Red on white. And then I listen to people like this pastor and he talk about he is literally talking about the history of the colonizer coming into the new world. Do you understand? If you ever get a chance to read Christopher Columbus's diaries, right, about him laughing about um, indigenous people didn't understand swords or weapons, and he would offer them the blade of the weapon to watch them cut their hands on it. He actually pulled the ground and on the island because he never stepped foot in North America on the island, and then said that his men deserved to basically sag assault people on the island, men and women. Yeah, that was the other part in history. He was like, Y'all get you one and do whatever you want to with." That's how this is wording. That was his reward. That was his reward. Yeah, y'all helped the y'all helped the worst captain in navigational history because I was aiming for India, and I am in the opposite direction. But hey, we'll make the most of it because that's what mediocre white men do. They fall up. They fail and fall up at the same time. It was not like I said. The Bible is the instrument of white supremacy, and and don't forget that the Bible that they gave slaves in this country had chapters missing. It's called the Slave Bible. It is a thing. It has chapters missing. On like the aggressive Jesus, that's missing. Now, all you got is love and grace. Ephesians 6 and 12 was highlighted. Slaves, obey your earthly masters like you do your master in heaven. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that all the time. All the time. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I tell people, I don't try to offend people, but if you come at me with your religion, then I'm going to tell you your religion has failed our people from 400 years. I have a better track record with the ancestors. Your religion has failed us for 400 years. I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. End of the day, I won't go out of my way, but if you go out of your way, I'm going to make you cry. I'm gonna tell you, people will meet me and they will tell you it's like, oh, he's a good person. But last thing I need to do is tell him, let's talk about Jesus. Because I'm gonna talk about Jesus for you. I'm gonna talk about Jesus for you. My whole chest. Go ahead. Bless me in the name. What's up, Lisa? Greetings and salutations, everybody just joining us. You're listening to T Nathan, conversation with T Nathan, and we're talking about bigots and racists need to die. It's not a panel discussion about it. This is not. I need to hear your side of the story. This is just you. You need to die. You need to die. I was watching, and you know, when I watch things, I be saying, I'm like, "Ah, do you understand?" Let me see if I have it on here because it's one of my favorite. Let's talk about your guy, Dumpy Trump. Oh, Dumpy, Dumpy. What? Why not? Why not? Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, y'all heard Donald Trump said that he told Pete Hegseth a year before um, the World Trade Center about Osama bin Laden. Yeah, that was so funny too. I had, like I said, I got the audio book, but I also finally got my copy, my release copy. I listened to it, but I love books. You know, I love actual books. So I got the physical copy, so I can write in it all over the place. Yeah, we will be writing in it all over the place. So, like I say, good book, good book, confirms a lot of what I was talking about. And we got new book, Black and Brown. Yep, Black and Brown. Um, the Black people in the Mexican Revolution from 1910 to 1920. Yeah, didn't know black people played a part in that, huh? Yeah, okay. Um, the Counter Revolution of 1896. Yeah, this one will take me all day Sunday. So that will take me all day Sunday. So this is my next well, counting not counting that. And these are my two reading for the next two Sundays. Um, don't forget, um, we have the next trip coming up also. Um, doing what we can. We will be doing that. The next protest is October the 18th. October the 18th, I will be in Kansas City for the No Kings protest. Because I don't have any sense, and I like to tell people where I'm gonna be at. I will be in Kansas City, October the 18th for the No Kings Festival. Um, October 29th is my birthday. Yes, even though family throwing the party, we will be had. My birthday is October 29th, and I would like to. If people ask me what I want, donations for to help those who have to be homeless, um, to help us do that. Uh, we're probably not going to be paid after this next pay period because the government the state is gets funds for the programs from the government, and those funds are not supposed to be distributed after this week, so we probably won't get paid. So it is what it is. But we're still going to do what we do, and I'm still going to be making sure people get fed. Plus, we have food. Um, it's turning 4. Oh, good, good. I'm sitting in black as fuck. I'm pretty sure I lost weight throwing up, but we ain't stopping. Black as fuck history. Yes, it's a good book. I have that one also. 3 days. What about 3 days, Reese? What's up? What's up? Days. 3 days to your birthday. Yeah. So that's what we have going on. Oh, now did you? Did you? You should just sent me. My guy said, dead ass. You should just sent me a video. Uh, all right. Well, I want you all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this because I'm not against laughter. I'm not against laughter.
Want to be politically correct anymore. And history will never forget that it was the SEALs who stormed the compound at Osama bin Laden and put a bullet in his head. Remember that? And please remember, I wrote about Osama bin Laden exactly 1 year ago, 1 year before he blew up the World Trade Center. And I said, you got to watch Osama bin Laden. And the fake news would never let me get away with that statement unless it was true. But I said 1 year before to Pete Hegseth, I said 1 year before, where's Pete? In the book, I wrote, whatever the hell the title, I can't tell you. But I can tell you there's a page in there devoted to the fact that I saw somebody named Osama bin Laden, and I didn't like it, and you got to take care of him. They didn't do it. A year later, he blew up the World Trade Center. So we got to take a little credit because nobody else is going to give it to me. You know the old story? They don't give you credit, just take it yourself. And it was the U.S. Navy that dumped his wretched corpse off the decks of the Carl Vinson to sink into the dark abyss.
Anybody gonna guess how old Pete Hegseth was a year before 9/11? Anybody want to guess how old he was? Close. He was 20. He was 20, and he wasn't. He was in. He, Donald Trump did not talk to Pete Hegseth a year before Bin Laden organized the bombing of the World Trade Center. Yeah, but this is the part. Now, it's another part in here where he starts going off about President Obama. And I think he thought they were going to clap and they didn't. It was so funny. It was so funny. So I hold out hope what he read in 47 or right. He just just lying. Reese is here, y'all. Reese is here. Reese is here. Yeah. DJ. Don't worry. I told DJ when I see him next month, I got some questions for him. I want to see how he reacts. JJ, if Biden said that the Republicans would shred him, listen. And another thing, stop telling me Donald Trump has dementia. No, he doesn't. He's just stupid. But that doesn't preclude. And not only does he not have dementia and he's stupid, but he knows he's lying. He knows he's lying. These are not lies from that are accidents. These are intentional lies. He understands because another thing I don't think you all realize when you all just talk about he has dementia, he does this intentionally because he's not trying to appeal to us. He's trying to appeal to his base. And his base, they want to hear stuff like this. They want to hear stuff like this. And then JD Vance, and both of them are back on TikTok. Both of them are back on TikTok. This is what JD Vance had to say.
Hey guys, JD Vance here. Just want to let you know that we are relaunching the VP's TikTok page. I got a little lazy the last few months, was focused on the job of being VP, not enough on TikToks. That's about to change. So follow along. We'll update you on what's going on in the White House, business of state. We'll update you on what's going on politically. Maybe some sombrero memes here and there, but follow along and we'll look forward to connecting on TikTok. See you then.
They just lean into their racism and bigotry now. You're like, oh, the sombrero memes are racist as fuck, right? But they don't care. They don't care. They lean into them. They don't care. And then this is the thing. I tell people, y'all can't talk to enemy. I'm not talking anymore about my delivering of facts when it comes to politics on social media, on TikTok or anywhere. When you literally have to get breaking news on the White House and policy and things that affect this country, not first from a reputable news source or what they call legacy media. I think it's so funny that they refer to it as legacy media. You got to follow their TikTok channels or their true social accounts to get it first. I look forward to blocking. Fuck out. See, I can't block them. I can't block them because number one, I need their good laughs. But that's how policy. That's how I find out what they're up to before they come out and say it on the news. Yes, I have to. Some of us have to witness. Some of us have to witness. It's privilege. Understand, y'all have the privilege not to. I don't. I have to know when they're going to send troops to Chicago because that's how I learned when troops were heading to Chicago is from Donald Trump's Truth Social. I need to know that I'm telling you. I know some people don't understand this, but every time he talks about federalizing troops and everybody starts getting scared, I'm like, what? I just be wanting people to answer me this. What does revolution mean to you all if it doesn't have a physical component? Everybody else say, "Well, we're not gonna let them bait us into coming out there." What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Because when people be talking about they get baited, I be like, I guess we don't protest and revolutionary the same way. I don't leave my home thinking like I'm just gonna be a target. And that's probably why before I even go to a protest, I usually go there the day before and I walk the area and I take in all everything that's going to be around there. So I'll have a plan. You mean I'm the only one that does that? Yeah, I'm the only one? I just don't understand when I hear people and the fear that they have while they say they're about change. And I'm like, kids in the 60s got water hoses turned on them, high pressure water hoses. And you mean you scared of a citation? People out here scared of getting a citation for protesting. Black children were having water hoses turned on them, dogs turned on them. And these motherfuckers out here talking about National Guard. The National Guard are not FBI would definitely be at my home if I said that. So I just want people to tell me what does this peaceful revolution y'all up to look like? I just want to know. What does this peaceful revolution that you all hope to bring to pass looks like? While y'all think about that, think about this.
70 miles per hour. That's how fast cops say a 17-year-old was driving when he mowed down two teen girls riding on an e-bike. Now video has surfaced of the suspect shortly after the crash, laughing on a gaming site.
It's the creepy laugh of an accused killer. We're learning new information about 17-year-old Vincent Badaloro, accused of intentionally slamming his Jeep into two best friends as they rode an e-bike. According to just-released court papers, police say he was driving 70 miles an hour when he plowed into 17-year-olds Maria Neotis and Isabella Salas. We found this video of Badaloro on a gaming site, talking about pranking Maria by sending a pizza to her house. She reportedly had spurned his advances and had filed for a restraining order against him.
Hi, can I place an order for delivery, please? Can I get 2 large pepperoni pizzas? It'll be cash at the door.
He then lets out that demonic laugh. He tells viewers it's all because allegedly Maria had made fun of Charlie Kirk.
Whenever Maria sees the pizza guy come, better think of Charlie Kirk for making fun of his death. Stupid clown.
A fellow gamer asks if he'll drive to Maria's house to watch the pizza be delivered.
Oh, I did that the last time, but the mother saw me pull up in the car, and I got tracked, and the police, did what they did.
Badaloro made the video 9 days ago. On Monday, when the two girls were killed, police say Badaloro fled the scene before they found and detained him and issued him an astonishing 15 tickets. But he was not arrested because he claimed it was an accident.
Now, do you hear that? Do you hear that? Let's forget all the stuff we know in the background. But he was not detained, given 15 tickets. Two people are dead. And he said it was an accident and they gave him two. They let him go about his business. They gave him listen. They gave him 15 tickets and let him go about his business. The only way how did he get arrested? How did he get arrested? Because somebody brought these videos to their attention.
The next day, Badaloro went online to express his condolences.
In a neighboring town, unfortunately, 2 girls were killed in a hit-and-run crash. I wish my sincerest condolences.
On Wednesday, after police discovered his connections to Maria Niotis, he was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Last night, Maria's mother spoke out.
She wasn't just my daughter. She was my best friend, my sunshine.
Listen. Mediocre white men are killing you all, white women. I'm just here to tell you. You have a better chance of being murdered by a mediocre incel white boy than you ever do with somebody who looks like this incel thinks he's getting revenge for Charlie Kirk's kirking. Did the Mormon man say more black men are yes, yes, yes. It's like white women, your the highest percentage of violence to you all are going to be done by a white man just like this. A white man that can't have his little feelings and his little dick hurt just because you be like, is that all? The worst thing you can say to one of them is that all? 'Cause then they feelings hurt. Feelings hurt, and you're gonna get mowed down during Great Sweatpants season when they realize, damn, she was right. Then they're gonna be in their feelings. They're gonna get behind the seat of their car. That's why a small dick white man should not be allowed to wear gray sweatpants. I don't make the rules, but it just reminds them of their lacking. It just reminds them of their lacking. And then who do they take it out on? Instead of doing whatever 2 or 3 sticks do that just keep to themselves, no, they got to go take it out on somebody. You drove your car intentionally. Listen, and then he did it and left, knowing his privilege. If it could be just said it was an accident, he'd get away with fleeing the scene of a crime, vehicular homicide, not one, but two people that you had been pranking one of them by sending pizza to their house. And you only got, listen, 15 tickets. How do you get 15 tickets and not get arrested? Every black man I know that doesn't have a license gets one ticket, and they talking about you got to go to jail. You driving without a license. They ain't hit nobody. This man got to mow down two beautiful women in the prime of their life, and he is the one they're like, oh, sorry, this happened to you. Listen, I'm Amy. I wish I could say I think he gonna be in jail for a while. I bet within the next 2 days when I be looking, I'm gonna see they gave him a bail, and I bet his bail will be less than mine. I'm willing to bet that his bail for vehicular homicide will be less than my bail for robbing a bank. I bet one of those girls filed to get a restraining order against him. It didn't even have time to get to court after the last pizza thing because courts and restraining orders are only pieces of paper too. As somebody who works to volunteers to pull security at women's shelters, if the paper was worth anything, I wouldn't have to be there. I'm hoping I'm hoping he's convicted and gravity. I'm hoping for gravity. I usually try to gravity. He fell on a shank. He fell on a shank multiple times. He tried to get up and kept slipping. Yeah, he knows he's done in for in prison, but I doubt he'll get that far. He knows he's done. Like I said, I've seen white men get off on more. I had a PTO in health. In health. Yeah, a piece of paper is not made of Teflon. It's not made of Teflon, and it can't even. You have a better chance with Wonder Woman's bracelets. I said what I said.
Peace, everybody. This is Mayor Brandon Scott. I've been
Mayor
debating whether
Brandon
I was
Scott.
going to share this voicemail that I received in June, but I really think it's timely for folks to hear the kind of hatred and vitriol, and to be quite frank, racism that still exists in the world today, and know that what their representatives, what average people go through every single day still in this country. But I want to hear it and then give you my direct response to that message right now.
Solid trigger warning, y'all get.
Yeah, this message is for Brandon Scott, the motherfucking nigger wannabe thug ass gangster who pretends to be the mayor of Baltimore City. How about you stop making Baltimore a place for worthless piece of worthless shit niggers like you who just shoot each other and sell drugs? How about you fucking do your goddamn job and actually stop crime instead of benefiting and financially fucking upping yourself with it? We all know you're a motherfucking wannabe kingpin, and you are running Baltimore's criminal enterprise the way that you should be running the fucking city. You are a fucking nigger. You are a worthless fucking nigger, and every fucking nigger that works with you is just as much of a fucking worthless criminal nigger as you are. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Go fuck yourselves. You would be better off if you all killed yourself.
There's a lot to unpack there, obviously. This isn't the first time I've been called nigger. It won't be the last. In fact, if I go a week without being called the N-word in email, text message, direct message, voicemail, whatever, I feel like I'm not doing my job. Because when they do that, they actually are expounding upon what we're supposed to do, making people who think like that idiot on the other line of that phone be uncomfortable, because now we're representing all people and pushing and not being afraid to be a proud black man, which I am never going to be afraid to be a proud black man. And yes, we're making Baltimore City better for black people, because this is the birthplace of redlining. I am investing into neighborhoods like the one that I grew up in that was disinvested in on purpose.
I appreciate it. Y'all know I don't have any filter, but I tell people the same way. I would show you all. I could show you all some of the inbox mess. My thing about inbox messages, I usually don't. It's like I'll be sitting down and I'll be doing something else, and it's like I'll be so, and I'll look. I'll be having 100 to 200 inbox messages that I've not paid attention to. So I'll go and I'll look, and it's just funny. I'll hear people calling me. I was like, TikTok don't catch anything in the DMs, do they? I tell people, "Oh, I'm a come find you." I'm like, okay, it's not like it's hard, but yeah, those kind of messages, dime a dozen. Oh, there we go. Are we back? My bad. All right, thank you. But this is typical, and he's right. It's like that's what people tell you: racism doesn't exist, and I'll be like, do you just want? I just give you my inbox. I just give you my inbox. If people, women, men, they just be going off. Can't fight a lick. Yes, I will knock one of those women that tell me die nigga, show up in me. Yes, I'm punching her dead in her face. Dead in her face. I'm not listen, listen. If you don't want these problems, don't sell wolf tickets like you want these problems. Because once you sell a wolf ticket, I'm showing I'm buying all the problems. I don't want to care. I don't care. People be like saying this stuff, and then they pull up and they be like, "Oh, I don't. I just want to talk to you." No, in my inbox, what did you tell me you were gonna do? Yeah, I'm saying that after I did a savate kick to your neck. Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, you want to talk? I don't want to talk. You had your opportunity to talk. You talk to me." And I want to point out. All right, this is like I want to point out this history, right? Because you heard that, you heard that. Now let's look at how white people want black men to act. It's the same way. Going back to the pastor, it's the same way.
Don't understand the connection that we have with the colored people. In other words, we work with them and they work with us. And we're not going to take him and push him off somewhere just because we could do it.
You tell these people that's what I've been telling them right here. Had we been your friends for years?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Had we worked more of them than anybody in this country?
Yes, sir. Sure have.
Right. You got hungry, we give you something to eat, don't we, Bill?
Yes, sir.
And his name is
Billy Weatherly. That's right. No relation now, but he's a Weatherly, right? All right, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Proud that name, Mr. Bill.
I expect that name came down to
Proud of that
slavery
name,
time.
Mr. Bill.
Yes, sir.
Billy Weatherly.
Yes, sir.
I think everybody loves to have a little that Weatherly
Yes, sir.
How many people
Bill,
it is here in Pine Hill tonight at 12 o'clock you could go ask them for help, they wouldn't help you.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? That is what they want. I mean, to imagine. All right, BC. All right. Hey, DJ. It's Monday night. I know. Appreciate it. Reese is capping for you again. Um, GCPR, I'll see you all tomorrow. Same Black Panther time, same Wakanda station, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, whatever time that is where you are, figure it out. But join me and we'll get back into it. Peace. All right. All right, BC. We're clear. We're clear. Just on YouTube and TikTok now. But in the radio show on time one day, shut up. Shut up. It's on time. It's 11:01. It's on time. Listen, I'm gonna do one night. I'm gonna keep it to 12 o'clock. I ain't gonna do. As a matter of fact, I might just keep it all night and play a movie. Who gonna check me? Who gonna check me? Shouldn't have given me control. Nobody can get on with me. But this is, and you see what I wrote. This is how black men had to act to keep from getting lynched. And one of the things I stand on now is for those black men who had that. When I be seeing people that we're not our ancestors, I was like, y'all not even fighting. Y'all are not even fighting. Ben went home and probably cried and realized his life, like our life, depended on code switching. Do you understand that? Not our well being. Our life depended on code switching. And I do what I do for Ben. I do what I do for Ben because Ben had to raise his children in an environment where he was not only outnumbered but outgunned, and knowing that it wouldn't just be him they took out, it would be his children. Yeah, so we learned our lessons from that, and revolutionaries do what they have to do. And yes, so I told you, I do what I'd have to do because of that. TNathan spiteful tonight. Mm, not really. I bet that same lady who said crisscross applesauce now instead of something else. Listen, I just tell you that at the end of the day, I have no mercy for racists and bigots. I have none because they have shown us they don't deserve it. They have shown us every time we let them out, they come back with more bigotry and racism and more bigots and racists, and they never show. Mary Turner's family was not shown mercy. Mary Turner's whole family was not shown mercy. No mercy. Nobody in Tulsa, in the Greenwood district of Tulsa, was shown mercy. Nobody. Nobody. So I dun, 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 dun. Do I get on the first one? I got it on the first one. Yeah, you're not supposed to have mercy. Yeah. No, but and that's the thing, Nancy. You know, I know, we know, but there are people out there advocating. There are people that will put people on their panels and give them a voice to spread and spew their toxicity. And then mm, I don't think people, if you're a host of a panel and you can't address the issues that they bring up in real time, you shouldn't be hosting panels on these subjects. That's what I told you. I just I have to stop. I have stopped clicking on videos people send me because people try to slide lives into me as much as I tell them not to. People will slide me a live without telling me it's a live, and I find myself in these panels and I'm out of here. They'll see I came in. And then I hate that. I hate that bullshit because now people think I'm coming into their live because I want to see them. No, I'm coming into my live because somebody I supposedly trusted sent me a fuck ass live. That's how I feel. Every time one of y'all do it, that's exactly how I feel. You sent me this fuck ass live, and now this person thinks I was looking for them. I wasn't looking for them. I wasn't looking for them. Yeah, I wasn't looking for them. So stop sending me these fuck ass lives. Stop sending me lives, period. Because I can't trust it. Stop sending me lives, period. Yeah, because if you want me to see it, send me the YouTube version when they post it. I still won't watch that. I'm gonna tell you all a secret. Yes, most of the videos y'all send me, I stop listening to probably within 30, not even 30 seconds, because either they're saying something I've already said, or it's some bullshit. Now, if you want me to chop somebody up, you just send me that. So it's like, but don't send me somebody I've already chopped up and I just chopped up. Plus, I get enough. I do not want to be on receiving end of TNathan. Stop it, people. How many times the T? I have to keep saying it because people think that I don't mean them, and I do. I do. I do. Josh's mom, I'm good. Send me all the videos. Josh's mom, you all send me. I just have a secret to tell y'all. Two of you all send me the same videos all the time. I don't mind Josh's mom. I don't, but don't think I need cheering up. It's just funny to me that people eat that shit. Don't send me any political videos about national stuff. I don't mind videos about your local area, something local. I tell y'all that all the time. Send me something that I'm not getting. And any national story I get. And sometimes I don't cover them because too many people have made videos about that are fucked up, and I just be doing research. A video on misinformation. I did a video on misinformation today. Love the natural color being. Love the red too. Thank you. Thank you. He almost sent, yeah. It's like, and this is the same people. And then sometimes y'all send me videos, and I can't see them because the person already has me blocked. Yeah, that's the thing. Y'all send me videos, and y'all mean well with those videos, but I can't see them because the person has me blocked. You almost sent me one. I don't mind if you want me. Won't ever be me sending you, and that's the reaction I'm used to. I'm used to people not listening to me and getting upset about something I say when I've said just what I want. I, I didn't say you couldn't send me anything. I just said don't send me these. I don't mind. I tell you, I don't mind Josh's mom's video, but I also hate when people get in their feelings about me presenting something that is valid. I do. That happens a lot too. That used to happen with the fold all the time. Why I disbanded because I would tell people who I am, and then they would not listen. And when I checked them on it, they would get upset. And I was like, who does that? Who does that? Straight read stuff, but I checked your page first, like a smart. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I ask. I say, if people have time to scroll through other people's videos, then, and it's not like you have to scroll through many of my videos to find exactly the topic, because I'm usually days earlier than the people whose videos I'm being sent. Like I say, and I don't like other people's commentary videos because I be like, I'm it's really lacking. It's like Rain sends me videos about stuff that goes on in Iowa because I keep up with a lot of Iowa stuff, so she knows I like Iowa. Um, she knows that she sends me local videos. We talk about local stuff because Democrats need to win Iowa for midterms if they're gonna do anything. I really want to tag, but she wasn't worth it. And that's another thing. Oh, I saw your energy and who you were in the days of TikTok Mafia. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and be somebody else. I'm not. I'm not. And I believe, and that's fine. That's fine. You understand? Um, I am consistently, if you let me be, I'm consistently your guy. I'm consistently. I tell people don't call me unless you want me to fight. I hate that. I hate when people just it's like I have a problem, but I just need you to listen. Like, oh, so basically you're telling me to put the handcuffs and the shackles on and lean my head like this into the phone. That's what you're telling me. I'm not that. I'm not the friend. I'm not the friend you call with a problem. That's done. I'll be like, I'm going to jump on planes when people tell me about they got problems. Something. I just want to vent. Vent. I just want to vent. What does that look like? Dun, 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 dun. I am 86%. Yeah, I was thinking the whole. And why am I disabled? That's me. And why am I disabled? Yeah, hate I hate stupid questions. I hate small talk. And people are like, oh, there's no such thing as a stupid question. There are lots of stupid questions. There are too many stupid. You understand we live in a functionally ignorant society. We live in a functionally ignorant society. There is no way you can explain how some people make it through a day. Darwin was wrong. Survival of the fittest, natural selection. No, we do a lot to stop natural selection. We save stupid people. I don't want I don't want warnings on the side of bleach, Tide Pods. I'm all for all the TikTok challenges that people do and break their neck. That they like, why are you trying to walk up a mountain of milk crates? Physics tells you that's not a good idea, but you go right ahead because there's one less person I got to worry about your genes polluting the gene pool when it comes to intelligence. I just think Darwin. I know I've saved many a dim light bulb. Yes, I know you have also. Listen, right? Just let it go. I don't. Why do we have? Listen, you can smell bleach. I don't know any little children that drink bleach, but I know plenty of adults who have drunk bleach. I don't. And if your child can't read, then they can smell. But also, you shouldn't be leaving shit like that down. You're stupid. Also, you're leaving shit like down. And then people always tell you, "Well, I couldn't control what my child did." You understand that I thought my mother and I were attached my every waking moment for the first 6 years of my life. She was the first face I seen when I woke up, and the last face I seen when I went to sleep. And if I wasn't with my mother, grandmother, or father, I was asleep. And even when I was asleep, I was with one of them. Yep, I never drunk any bleach. drunk any bleach. Never ate any detergent. I did eat some dirt. I did. Mississippi dirt hits different. I will say that. I did eat some dirt. That's probably why I don't like grit today. I don't like gritty stuff today. Probably too much dirt. Never ate any dog poop. Nope. Never did that. That dirt and shade. That red clay. Don't get me started. Ammonia. I don't like I say. I'm for taking all those warning labels off and letting social Darwinism take its place. But some in our neighborhood drink antifreeze. Antifreeze is, antifreeze had to change its they changed they put an ingredient in it to make it bitter because old antifreeze had a sweet taste, and I still find it hard. I smelled antifreeze and I was like, no, no, because the doctor killed her husband with antifreeze and they say it tastes sweet. She put in his Powerade, Gatorade over time and it killed him. Yeah, no. Another reason why I don't just drink stuff that anybody offer me. If I don't know you, you can't give me an open bottle. You can't give me. I don't know you. And yeah, it tastes like lemonade. Okay. Someone once told me, drink antifreeze, you won't. you you won't. You drink enough of it, you won't know anything. Yeah, you're right. You drink enough of it, you won't get cold. You'll just be dead. Yeah, you just be dead. But yeah, all that I just seeing these guys doing these pranks, right? And then the one that really gets to me, because I don't care if you did him and his girl are going up the escalator, and the guy reaches out and touches his girl's hair, and then the guy he's like about to square up, and he said it's just a prank. But what part did you not disrespect my girl and violate her space? What? How does that not earn you an ass whooping? I don't care if it's a prank or not. What part did you think telling me it was a prank that was gonna stop anything? I just be seeing that. I'd be like, this must be planned because none of that will stop me. Thanks, because you're not finna pull a Jeffrey. Right, right. Uh, but what part is that? I just be looking at people and they just say, oh, it's a prank, and that just stops everything? Really? How? How? You touched her, unless if she was in on the prank, she wouldn't have been because she knew me better enough to say, "I'm just gonna let this happen and see how you react." The idea of doing that to somebody is dangerous. That is dangerous because I probably have reacted already before anybody told me it was a prank. Don't prank me. I don't like pranks. I don't like surprises. Unless you're gonna surprise me and donate to helping me help those who happen to be homeless, and I go surprise, we got money to spend on the homeless in this situation. Yeah, I'm all down for that. Nobody wants to surprise me like that. Everyone wants to talk about these. I don't do I try not to go anywhere on April Fool's Day. Yep, I stick around people who know me on April Fool's Day, and I tell people when they're just getting to know me and I think they might be around for a while, don't do pranks. Don't do pranks. I loathe pranks. I do too. I loathe them. Loathe. And that's why I was with them. Do you remember about 2 years ago the TikTok was doing a prank and he got shot in the middle of the mall in the he was doing a prank on the guy who looked like you shouldn't be doing a prank on him and any the white boys with curly hair and short, leave them alone. They are not prankable material. They already got issues. They got issues. They mostly not fucking anything and they got issues. You should not be pranking them. You can look at people and say, don't prank them. Don't prank them. Stop that. When he pulled out that gun and shot old boy in the chest, I was like, why is he shocked? Right. Surprise party might get you a surprise. Right. It has. and maybe a surprise. You jump out behind something on me in the dark. I know. Listen, nope. None of the crumb snatchers are doing anything like that. You all be sitting here. We'll be sitting here on here. You all hear a knock at this door because the crumb snatcher's not gonna just come in and say surprise. Yeah. Even though I know when they're here, I can hear them come in the door. They still gonna knock on this door and let me know they here. They're not just gonna open the door, even though it's not locked. They're not gonna open it. It's like, no, no, we're not taking no chances with the old man. Hey, hold real quick. Hold on, let me see something. Is Scrooge in here? Has Scrooge come by? Scrooge, you in here? Jay, Scrooge in? He's not. Ha, ha, ha. I got so many jokes. I got so many jokes that I don't want him to hear. He's Scrooge. He had a black eye. He had a swollen eye. It wasn't technically black, right? But I told him, yeah, I was like, yeah. So yeah, I'm putting it out there. And y'all can tell if I told you, right? You can tell because I was like, he's not here, so I'm not gonna stop. So Scrooge had a swollen eye because he got stung by a bee. Now, of course, I saw the pictures and I said, okay, sure, a bee. We'll go with that, right? We'll go with that. And I was really joking. I was doing jokes with him behind the scenes. I was telling him about, yeah, when it turned purple, I'm gonna talk about it, right? And sure enough, he did get stung by He did get stung by bees. I told him to go to the doctor because I was like, "You're allergic to bees, huh?" I'm not allergic to bees. I'm not allergic to bees. But he went to the doctor, and guess what? He was allergic to bee stings. But I did tell him when his eye go down, I was gonna clown him, right? I was gonna clown him. Oh, I mentioned it tonight. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I talked to him. His eyes gone down. He told you the eyes gone down, Jay. His eye gone down. But when he come in here, y'all let me know he come in here. 'Cause I'm gonna show a picture of him and pretend like I didn't know he was in here. I'm not gonna do it when he not in here, but and I didn't do it while he had a swole eye. What's up, gather your roses? Hey, yeah. So that's what we're gonna. That's what I'm gonna do to Scrooge. Yeah, with his grumpy ass. Yeah. I couldn't clown him why he had a swole eye. I wanted him to go to the doctor and I wanted to make sure it was safe. You know, you got to make sure the family's safe before you clown them, right? Yeah, but the dozens, he getting it. Yeah, he getting a dozen. Wink, wink, black eye. And it didn't get black. It didn't get purple. So I couldn't even do any jokes on him having a purple eye. Not me. Screen. What's up? Nah, gather. We finna get out of here. I was just like I say, donations for those who have to be homeless. Um, greatly appreciate it. Next trip, coats. We got a lot of things to do. We got the next trip coming up, and I'm gotta revisit St. Louis. I gotta do all that because it's just more that needs to be done, and so we need to do more. So we're gonna do that. Like I said, a lot of the government employees are going to be food insecure. So and more food out. And it happens in every government shutdown um, that lasts for more than 30 days, for not more than 15 days. I had in 2018 during Christmas time. It was Christmas time. We gave out more turkeys. We gave out more food for the holidays because people were not getting a paycheck. And everywhere I am, I always tell people if anybody shows up here hungry, we give them food, no questions asked. If you come in and say you're hungry, your family, you need food to eat, even if you have a house, because people don't realize how food insecurity works. Like, especially with rising prices the way they are, you barely making enough to keep the roof over your head. And what suffers is food. So we for show up food insecurities, we don't ask questions. We just feed you. tell you, probably will be going out shiesty work. I was just telling you, somebody gave the shelter one time a check for $10,000. Number one, I felt like me smiling and putting up with you for that long was worth more than $10,000. But I was looking at the fact that you think they thought they had did something. They were worth millions of dollars. They thought they had did something by giving the shelter a check for $10,000. And I'm not going to mention any names like football team owner. But the thing that got me, and I was looking, and I was like, I had to stay here for this long for a check for $10,000, and that's not even going to last us a whole 2 months. That it really is not going to last us that much time. That's just for doing one thing. If we had to do other things, it doesn't last for long. When you live in a county and there are over 300 people that come to your shelter on a weekend on a regular basis, or 100 people that you feed every day through the week. And I was looking at him, I was like, those cufflinks cost more than $10,000. Your wife pension costs more than $10,000. You're dressed in more than $10,000 worth of clothes. The old me was like, I'll go out to the parking lot and take all your cufflinks, your wife's pension, and your rings, and come back and feed the shelter. It's just me. I know nobody likes it when I think like that. But I think like that because they wanted me to jump through hoops to take pictures. I had Vaseline on my t-shirt. Yeah, thank you, son. I said, you know I don't do that well. I know who that was. Yeah, yeah. You do. You do. You do. People reach out here and lately. It's bad. Yeah, I don't think that way. Yeah, you're not surprised I think that way. 'Cause, yeah, I did the same. I would do the same thing. Yeah, the military, but it was the people that really were in my unit or with me. I would do anything for because those people you have to depend on. So they know they had a problem. I had a problem. So I just take the same situation to those who happen to be homeless. They have a problem. We have a problem. If you think that I'm going to shuck and jive, if I do shuck and jive for your $10,000, you're probably in trouble. I'm scoping out the fact that you think, and they always want to take pictures with newspapers and like they did something. And I was like, this is an afterthought. I'm sure if I went through a house, I could find $10,000 of stuff you have lost or misplaced and didn't even know was there. Not running down no street with no TV. People like when they think I talk about that, they think I'm talking about big. I'm not robbing nobody's house and taking a television. What the fuck I look like? I'm not a mover. I'm not a mover. It's what needs to happen at this point. But and I find it strange. I listen to people and they always talk about eating the rich. But if I talk about redistributing the wealth of the rich, then they say, how can you do that? That's wrong. I need y'all to pick a struggle. You're talking about cannibalizing the rich, and I'm just talking about redistributing some of their wealth to people who are starving. But I'm the villain. I'm the baddest villain. You're talking about cannibalizing somebody. Oh, yours was just symbolism. Oh, that was just symbolism. My bad. My bad. So y'all don't really mean eat the rich. So what are y'all talking about doing to them? You don't give for praise, you give for the heart. Right. I never understood why people want to brag. Just help. Just help. That's what I don't get. I do social media and try to help those who have been homeless because that's the only way we have. Because people want too much for too little. People want too much for too little. I just think about the people who approach me with the most indecent proposals to try to because they know how I feel about those who happen to be homeless. I be looking at them like, you want me to do what? Now, if I show up at your house, then it's gonna be like, how could you do that? But you have no problem making indecent proposals to me based on my purpose. Yeah, it's not a game. People. It might be a game for some of the other people you do, or you go to, or you see raise obscene amounts of money and doesn't do anything. But that's not it. This is not that place. This is not. I appreciate everything everyone does. I do, but it's only a few of us that care. It's only a few of us that care, and it's like, and I know y'all not rich by any stretch of the imagination. That's why I appreciate it. But you all make things like St. Louis possible. Y'all make things that you get to see. I know you get to see where your money goes, but again, you might need some shiesties. We might need some shiesties. It might be that kind of day. It might be that kind of day. But it is what it is, right? I appreciate everything y'all do, everything I don't. Logging out of YouTube.